Hey, I'm Grace.
And I'm Nicole. And we're the hosts of the Good Sense Podcast.
This is part 2, a well-awaited continuation on body image.
Yeah. We had to come back.
Obviously, we're still in the same clothes because to us, the first episode was just 5 minutes ago. To y'all, it was a week ago.
Should we say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fine. But we hope that the last episode started conversations that were needed between you, your family members, the people around you, even yourself. That you thought about what body image is to you and what body image maybe to other people around you, and how you can do your best to affirm the people in your life, but also listen to them and hear how they view themselves and how best you can support them in their journey to accepting who they are.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like I said, we have our special guest, Koshi.
Hello.
Again.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Always.
Love her.
I love being here, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Anyways, we're going to get straight into the topic today. So, last episode we talked about so many good things, so many good thoughts, so many good gems. I don't know what to pick from.
Right.
But my first question is, as a mother to my beautiful friends here, we haven't reached that stage in life yet, but it's something that we can think of ahead of time. As a mother, how do you plan to incorporate positive body image to your male children and female children?
I think this is something I've been thinking on for a while now. For starters, I went natural. Well, y'all can see now, but I went natural with my hair because I want my daughter to have a positive image with her black hair. That's something I want to. For a long time, I could wear mine out and just be happy and proud about it. And for a couple of years now, I've been going out with it, hanging out with it. I know it's supposed to be normal, but then it was a process for me.
Yeah.
It took years for me to be comfortable to just walk out of my house with my hair, with its curl parted, and feel like, you know what, I look pretty.
Yeah.
Sometimes up until now, I still feel insecure because I'm so used to braids and like heaviness and bulkiness. By the time I take off all of these things, I feel the difference, and then I start feeling insecure, and I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, am I really pretty? Or, do I need to spruce up a little bit?
Right.
That's one thing I've done. And not knowing what life will bring, but I know for sure I was worried more about my daughter based on my feelings. I kind of promised myself to do the best I can with my body, be it working out, eating right, but mostly just stay natural, stay away from being artificial. Not that I'm judging those who prefer that. Preferences to each his own, but I wanted my daughter to be able to celebrate her body, no matter what it was going to look like, based on how she sees my interaction with my own body. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that. I think for me, you're right with how I interact with my body. But for me, I think I want to be able to, even with the natural or non-natural, confidence will forever be anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I think teaching my son and my daughter confidence and loving themselves, regardless of what it is that they have. Because for some reason, as much as I've said that I've always had issues with my body, I've always been big, but I can cry when I'm in the house, that the second I walk out,
Yo.
you will not think that I cried for a second looking at my body like I just need to wear black for the rest of my life now, you know, because I'm just like, chin up. You know what I mean? Chin up. This is the only body that I have.
Yeah.
And I just have to, people notice the things that you try to hide the most.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Your behavior towards those things.
Exactly.
You just literally, you
Magnifies
highlighted
it.
more
Exactly.
about trying to hide it.
Exactly. You know when you have like, let's just say you have spinach in your teeth. Have you seen how confident people with spinach in their teeth speak? Like, no, you're talking, because you don't know.
The moment
You're made aware of it, now you're like, oh gosh.
When
even
you
when
laugh,
it's
you
out,
cover your
even
mouth
when
the
it's
whole
gone,
time.
you're like, oh gosh, the spinach in my teeth.
Yeah.
But then that's when people are starting to even notice even more. Like just trying to love you for where you are at.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's easier for us to say this because we're not yet parents.
Oh, yeah.
But
and the
I
questions
think-
that are coming at us, we cannot
True.
tell.
We
Just-
don't know what's coming.
What it looks like.
Exactly.
We don't know what world they're gonna live in.
Right.
We don't know what the media is gonna
Man.
tell them at
Oh,
that time. We
man.
don't know what their mates are gonna tell us. Because let's be honest, like our parents told us we were beautiful. They told us we
affirmation
were worthy. They told us we had so much to offer.
Oh, yeah.
But we cared more about what our peers were telling us.
What social media was
So
telling me.
we're not going to be able to control that.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me is like, I don't think I can answer this with a cookie cutter formula of be like, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And it's going to
Absolutely.
equal,
No.
Equal
you know,
to she will love
it's
her
going to
natural
equal
hair.
to she's going to be confident. She's going to know what she wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to like try my best, like you said, to teach them confidence.
Yeah.
Like Praise said, to teach them how to eat well.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or
great.
not it's, you know, you're trying to gain weight or you're trying to stay the same weight, just knowing the right foods to put in your body.
Right.
I'm
Be
still
healthy.
working on it now.
Being healthy.
But it's something that I've started working on now because I realize someday I'm going to be feeding other little people.
Yeah.
And so if I feed them what I'm eating right now,
Ooh.
how far is that going to get
little
them?
pieces of ranch just
Yeah.
walking around ranch dressing.
Like my food habits now are going to carry on into when I'm a mother or when I'm a wife or whatever. So I feel like you guys have said, you need to start with yourself. You need to train yourself.
Yeah.
Wearing your hair and your natural hair out is a
Yeah.
good way to start with yourself. Like you're saying, you used to cry. Like you can cry inside the house, but when you walk out, you're confident. I
Yep.
think it's intentional steps to make sure that like I have my moment of weakness,
Right.
but then I quickly check myself.
Right.
And not check myself in terms of like be rude to myself or condemn myself for crying because you're human, but remind yourself, okay, yes, I had this moment of like weakness or down, like a down period, but I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
My body is beautiful. Who I am is beautiful. Like
Yeah.
continue having, I think like that's how positive affirmations became so popular
Yeah.
recently because it's something that all of us deal with and it's a daily thing that you have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Question. Does anyone ever question God about why am I like this? Has anyone ever gotten to that point, or has it never reached there?
I think subconsciously, yeah.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, I think at some point you'll be like, to be honest, for me, it gets to a point where I will be like, oh, he made me like this, so that should be okay, right? Yeah, and then it's okay. Yeah, you try to affirm yourself in what the word says about beauty. The old famous Psalms 139, fearfully and wonderfully made. So when that comes up, I immediately go, it's beautiful.
good.
It should be, yeah. But then, to be honest, I do know deeper questions can be carried.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have a question?
Why God? I think for me, I think it's probably in the way of like, I think it's similar to what you're saying, where it's like, okay, I guess I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and this is probably more like deep seated, but sometimes I'm like, God doesn't have time to be worrying about me and my body images.
No, he does.
You know what I mean? I'm like, sorry, God, but when you have a second,
When you
my metabolism, I feel like you were just not ready to do it. Were you tired? when you were handing off metabolism, that's actually gonna work. When you got to me, you're like,
oh my
nah.
gosh, he gave me an abundance. Okay,
I'm zero. I can eat a cupcake.
Nicole clearly was first in line.
Nicole
Early
was first in
bird
line.
got the fattest
like,
worm.
God, I can eat a cupcake and you will know I ate a
Tomorrow.
cupcake.
oh my god.
Swear down.
Listen.
It's so unfortunate.
But I think what you're saying is so relatable. Is that you'll have days where you question, like, why?
like, really?
Just why?
Like, I love you still. Not mad at
Yeah.
it, but
I'm not mad at it, but I just got a question. Okay, I get it.
How
I
come
get
it's
it.
a little bit easier for other people? Or
Right.
why
Oh,
does
yeah.
this person look like this? Because listen, comparisons happen, especially and comparisons come from admiration, I feel. You admire this person, you admire how they look. You're not trying to be jealous, but that's where it leads if you don't
Absolutely, definitely used to that.
watch it.
Yeah.
You know, because at some point you're going to be like, okay, I really want to be like that person, or I want to have what they have, or I want to wear what they wear, how they wear it. And so I think that also leads to the changing yourself medically as well too, and going for the surgeries, because you've now built up this idol in your head,
Yeah.
whoever it is,
Yeah.
and their body type, and you want to be it.
Yeah.
And you feel like that's going to lead to happiness.
Can I answer your question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, just a little bit, not entirely, but I feel like, just remember what we spoke about in part 1 when I was saying I wanted you to listen to where I was at without affirming me first. I just wanted to be heard first. I feel like if I, as a human, can do that, what more a God who actually made you? So
Right.
I feel like sometimes it's okay to ask these questions.
Yeah.
It's okay to let God hear you
Yeah.
when you're asking, something that you feel like, okay, is this touchy or what?
Right.
Because He will hear you. If you can
Yeah.
ask it to me without feeling guilt, what more the one who made you?
Yeah.
So
That's so
it's
true.
okay to ask.
That's true.
I'm sure it is. It won't be.
And he's got time. girl.
Yeah, so it's okay
He's
to
got
ask.
time.
And if I can validate what you're feeling, what more one who made you
Right.
feeling?
That's very true.
So yeah, hopefully that can help somebody else out there as well.
That's very true.
Yeah. You were
go
about
ahead.
to say something.
I lost my train.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. What was Nicole saying? I forgot. Maybe I can remember from what Nicole
Nicole was
saying.
talking about surgery, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
It had something to do with surgery. That's what it was. I still forgot.
You know what?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So it was about being able to make, as the year is starting, everyone is making goals.
Yes.
And I think if there's one thing that I've learned from my up and down body image cycle journey, thank you, is to make.
It's okay. Sorry, guys. We do stay downtown.
Near a hospital. So
That I'll just
Exactly.
stop for a second.
Dropping on location. Yo, we edit that out quick.
It could be downtown anywhere.
anywhere.
Near
Okay.
my hospital.
New York, Chicago,
Oh yeah.
Manitoba.
I'm not Manitoba.
Ottawa.
No
Toronto.
hate to people who live in Manitoba, but it's cold.
It's okay. But being able to set realistic goals for your body type.
Oh yeah.
I cannot set goals for someone who's not bottom heavy.
Oh.
I can't. There is no way. Genetically, I'm never going to be that.
Oh yeah.
Same as like if for yourself as well, maybe you've got smaller, cup size or whatever, then like you go and you're like, I want to be like this person. Number one, it might not just be how your body is made.
It just might not be
No
in the
matter how many
mathematics for
times
you.
you go to the gym, no matter how many times you do this or that, it's important to set body goals that are made for your body type.
Yeah,
Oh,
catered
yeah.
to you.
That are catered for your body type. Yeah.
I think on that note, when you said setting realistic goals about your body type, I realized when I started working out that there are certain exercises that my trainer would do, and she'd be like, oh, it's easy. But I'm thinking, man, first of all, I'm bottom heavy. I cannot lift the rest of
Easy
my
for
bottom
who?
half with my tiny arms. Do you understand me?
No.
Clearly, no.
Those push-ups are a no.
Exactly.
No, pull-ups, right?
Burpees and pull-ups and
burpees.
like
Yeah.
what is it? Tapping your shoulder.
Oh my gosh, that's the worst.
Yes, I want to go home.
I'm so unaware.
Ma'am, you think you're doing this and it's encouraging me to work out? No, it's not. No, it really is not. So sometimes you set those goals and then you're bottom heavy. You go to the gym, you experience such an exercise, you are going to be discouraged.
Yeah. And I think I like what you said about genetics, because sometimes we forget. I remember both my parents have told me that they were skinny when they were younger.
Lord,
And then
make
at some
me
point
better.
life caught up to them, and
Yo.
Yeah.
Life can.
So I'm like, okay, eventually life will catch up to me.
yo.
So I gotta
get it.
enjoy this while I got it.
Praise when she came to Canada and praise after the years plus praise after the pandemic. I get it. I get it.
Life happens, y'all. Life happens.
Remember to love your baby regardless of how misbehaved they are. Just love them.
Regardless of how
like this video if you remember that comment from the first one, okay? If you're a true fan and you're here from the first one, please like this video. We know how many people will remember that comment, because that was so profound, because it really teaches us that, like, through thick and thin, through and through, you're supposed to just love yourself.
I have a question. What are some of the things you can do to, embrace your body? All of this time we've been
Ooh,
talking
I love
about
that
things
question.
that are relatable to, okay, this is what happened. So what are some of the things you've been doing to say, you know what, I love my body? And what are some of the things you've been doing to cope with the things that you do not like about your body?
Guys, I know it's a cliche, but it's amazing to be able to do this. Just stand in your mirror naked.
I was about to ask, fully clothed?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Naked. Just even if it's not for a long time.
Yeah.
But I think being able to
Be
Even-
comfortable.
be comfortable in your own body. This is going to be completely unrelated, but there's this girl who said, you know how when a woman wears lingerie, honestly, half the time, the beginning, you're very uncomfortable because it's lingerie. You don't wear lingerie every day.
Yeah.
But then there's this lady who's like, women, I think it's a Victoria's Secrets woman, who said, women should learn how to wear lingerie around their house, even if you're by yourself. That way you end up, kind of getting used to it. So I feel like it's the same thing as well with your naked body. Not to say you're going to start be parading on the streets with your naked body, but it makes a difference when you familiarize yourself with
Your naked
what
body.
you actually look like.
Don't run away from it.
Yeah, if every time you see a glimpse and you're always like, "Ugh!"
No, low key, I'd be like,
you're like bending over, you're gonna see
Walking past
person that you're like, "Oh, was that there yesterday? Was it?"
I also think it's really good because, like, I don't know if this is unrelated or if this is related, but just knowing your body, like, as females, as humans, females with breasts, okay? People who are able to detect that they have a lump in their breast is because they have, felt themselves, they have touched, they know what the makeup of their breast is.
Right.
So that when they touch it and all of a sudden there's a lump, they can
Like,
go get checked.
Something's off. Yeah,
Something is
absolutely.
off. Like, I've started
I
to
agree
notice,
with
like, and I'm sure this is with age, right? But at first it was scaring me because I was seeing, like, little beauty marks, but, like, on legs and stuff. But then recently I was with my mom and I was like, oh, you have one too! And so...
I'm not dying, people. She's not
Honestly,
dying.
I thought I was dying,
Yo.
guys. I thought I was dying. I was about to call my family doctor and be like, Sway, we need to talk. I'm going to need you to do a biopsy on me. Let me know if this is cancerous, like what's happening. But that's why it's important to know your body and look at your body and be aware of the different things that are going on your body
Absolutely.
on
Yeah,
a
I
health
agree.
level.
Yeah.
And also just to be comfortable with yourself. Like, I haven't gotten there. Like, I'm telling you right now, I will walk past the mirror in the bathroom. Like, whoop! Like, no. But eventually, I think I'll be okay just looking and be like, wow.
I think I got
That's you.
more used to that when living with girls. Because
I
I
have
grew
brothers,
up,
so-
one brother, everyone's just doing their own thing. Whereas my best friend, she grew up with a bunch of sisters and
Went
clearly
to boarding school.
she went to boarding school.
Oh.
So
With
she's
girls.
comfortable with just
We were like, it built up
frolicking
my body
with just her body bare. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Lord, I am not prepared for this. For the longest time, every time they would walk into my room, I'd cover myself.
Yo,
I'm like,
I'm with you. That was me. Like, and the
Get
funny thing is, my
out.
mom is like, we're females. I'm like, ugh. Like,
I am your
you're not
mother.
my kind of female. You is not
ma'am,
me.
listen, you're okay with your body, but I don't know about me. And I don't want you looking at me up and down, okay? But I
Yeah.
think also, like, little experiences like going to the leisure center. I don't know if that's a Canadian thing to say, but
Yeah.
like your community center that has a
Right,
pool,
right.
and you see the older women walking
older
around,
women, just
like naked.
To be honest, I
shame.
appreciate those old women. I feel like I see myself strongly.
I see you
not.
there too.
Yeah, walking with my second
Just
skin, like, you know what
frolicking.
it is, honey. You gonna get here. I
It's you
see
saying
that.
frolicking.
Frolicking. Your bare body.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working
Yeah,
on it. I grew up with boys.
Yeah, I
so
understand.
I never had that
Yeah.
experience of sharing clothes, of
I
being in
understand.
spaces with other, except for my mom. But like,
Yeah.
that's my mother, and even then, I was still like, oh, this is kind of weird.
Mom
Like
can't.
I've gotten better at it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, as I've become comfortable with my body
Right.
and comfortable with her seeing it. Not everybody, like, I'm not doing this in, like, you know, sleepover settings or whatever. I'm definitely still removing myself and changing. But yeah,
Yeah. Get comfortable being naked with yourself.
yeah.
With yourself. Yeah,
Makes
it's
a
not
huge
do it in
difference.
front of people first.
No, I think because that's
I feel
definitely
like
throwing
when-
yourself in the deep end.
I feel like when you are now
Little
at
too
the
much.
peak of it, maybe let's go to Wreck Beach.
No, we're not doing that.
She's giving our location away. For those of y'all who live in Vancouver, that is the local nude beach, okay? Which I have never been. I've only been when it's cold.
People are naked.
Because ain't nobody gonna be out there naked.
Girl, you'd be surprised. We went there in February.
when it was cold, and I didn't
And-
know what the beach was about till I went there and it was cold, and I'm like, wow.
Again, frolicking.
Frolicking. The hand action for me. Every time you say that, it reminds me of like the Garden of Eden. Like, because they
Yeah.
were just moving,
Literally.
you know, unaware.
Oh,
Unaware.
There was no shame.
There was no shame.
To be honest, when we went to Wreck Beach, I was just going shame, which is not
Right.
good. But then I think I shouldn't be one to shun on people who are positive enough to.
To do that?
Oh, yeah.
It's
to
not
do that.
shunning. If
It's
it's,
not
it's just
shunning.
something
No,
we're not
at the
used
time
to.
I was going through.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
dang.
Yeah, because
Listen, it's the transparency for me.
I know.
I was given the culture I come from. I was like, ooh, wow,
yeah.
people do this here.
Oh, yeah, because culturally, like, we were discussing this during our break. Between parts. During the break, we were discussing this about how culturally, as females,
You're
if
told
you're
to.
a little bit more developed, you're told to cover up. If you're around
lot.
elders in the community, in your family, you're told to cover up. There's certain pants you cannot wear.
Yeah,
You know, you gotta be
Right.
decent.
modesty is really impressed upon. Like, it's really impressed upon to the point where if we get to a gathering where there are older people, it's not abnormal to be put aside about a dress
Right.
that is slightly above your knee.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Listen, the
Or
prayer cloth
to
ministry.
cover your shoulders.
Right.
Yeah.
I never understood the shoulders one.
I didn't understand
Me
the shoulders
too,
because
but
what
nobody explains it. Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative.
Gets the people going.
Yes, the people go. I hope y'all caught that. But you know what? Like, with that comment as well, too, it made me think because, like, the first question was, how would you try and enforce positive body image? I'm sure our parents didn't try to enforce negative body image on us by telling us to cover up and whatever.
No, I think.
But how would we do it better? Or how would we try and rework it?
So that I protect my child's body image.
Yeah,
but at the
so I
same
don't
time,
kind of
we're,
give
like,
them this
keeping the
idea
culture
that
as
it's
well,
negative.
Modesty. Yeah.
I'm not changing the formula. Cover up.
If it works,
If
it
it
works.
needs to be covered,
Yeah.
let it be. Just know where you're going. I think that's the most important thing.
Oh yeah, especially
Because
if you're in
If
a
There's a
I'm
time and
here,
place.
if I'm here, and I'm just hanging out with my friends, I know I can wear the shorts and I can wear this or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I know I'm going around people who I do have respect for, or who I know I'm, I should try to cover up a little more. Just know when to do it. It's I think if anything, I want to be able to teach my child discernment of when you can know how to show up.
Cultural appreciation.
Yeah, when you're going to a business meeting, you're not going to go in jeans because you know that that's not the place for jeans. You're going to know, you're not going to wear a bikini around my dad when you're my child.
Yeah.
Or
Especially culturally, like
Culturally, that's
I
not
just
a
want to
thing.
explain, like, culturally for us, you don't do those things.
Well, yeah, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing for
Not a
us,
thing
and that's
at all.
why it's a topic of discussion. I know this is body image, but these are the things that we have to think about being, you know, minorities, you know, Black females, living in, you know,
the
diaspora. We still have
our culture.
back home to think of. We still have our culture to think of. Some of
yeah.
us are first generation, so it's still very much there. It's still very,
Right.
very much embedded in
Yeah.
us how to present ourselves around
Yeah.
our elders, around people who are from our similar background.
Absolutely.
And so I definitely understand what you're saying, and I think what you said earlier also ties into it about while also teaching them discretion and teaching them which environments to dress a certain way in.
Yeah, without
Also
ruining,
teaching them confidence regardless.
Right.
Yeah, without ruining your body image.
Exactly.
Without ruining your body image. It's just, in this setting, this is what's acceptable.
This how we
Exactly.
show
In this
up.
setting, this is what's acceptable. But
Exactly.
you're still
Yeah.
beautiful regardless.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. How do you deal with one way you, like, you know, deal with your body image? Something positive. How do you deal with it?
One positive way of how to deal with positive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said in the first one, it was following people on, like, because social media is so much around us. It's everything that we're embedded in, you know. Like, I am a marketing student, so I am on the internet. That's what I'm into. Digital marketing, that's what I'm into, right? So I had to literally, like, go out of my way to follow people that look like me. Look for outfits because I like style and I like fashion.
Yeah.
Look for inspiration from people who look like me.
Yeah.
And so I would be more comfortable expressing myself, expressing my body, and
Yeah.
feeling beautiful because I see somebody else looking like me.
Yeah.
And so slowly but surely I started being more confident, being more comfortable, being more, you know, expressive with my style, with who I am.
Yeah.
And I think that's one way I've tried. Also, like, finding better eating habits. And, you know, just not because anybody else is going to see that, but for me.
Oh, yeah. That's
Like,
true.
I should love myself enough to want to put the right things in my body.
To fuel your body, right? Yeah.
It's a work in progress, but it's something that I'm now actively trying to do.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
How about you?
Lately, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. I look in the mirror. I love me. You
You're
love
gonna
me.
get what you get.
We're cool. Let's
you,
go.
Joe.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It is what it is. Because I try to eat right. I try to work out. But then my body showed me that, hey, sometimes.
I think we're good here.
Yeah.
We like this face.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Some days it is what it is. Yeah.
But I think that's a nice space to be, because you are just genuinely okay with where you're at.
Yeah.
You're not trying to be
who I
better.
am, people.
You're not trying to be where you were at. You're just embracing who you are.
Yeah.
I think that's where I want to get, is just embracing who I am. Because I always talk about, even like just in life as young people, I think we're always told to look to the future, your 5-year goals, your 10-year goals, and whatever. But in that, you kind of forget to just live in the moment and enjoy where you're at right now. Enjoy this season of being a student. Enjoy the season of being a new graduate, of figuring out your career, of enjoy each stage as you have it.
I think the greatest advice I received was from one of my managers. Her name is Nikki. She was like, girl, your body is going to change. By the time you're 50, your closet will be full of clothes for skinny you, fat you,
Middle you.
like, it's gonna be full of all those clothes. So dress your best with whatever stage you're at. Don't shun your body to the point where you put sweats every time you gain weight. Dress your best at any time.
Yeah.
Your body's going to change. It's not going to stay the same. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. So That is the conclusion of part 2. I hope this was just as exciting, just as filled as the first one.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been fun. It's been real. We love having these kind of topics. We love discussing with friends. Like I said in the first one. We love just hearing from you guys. And that being said, please comment, like, share, subscribe. Share with your people, share with your homies, talk back to us. We want to hear, interact with us, guys. Like, we want to build this community. And we really want to continue to grow, and we want to talk about things that you guys want to hear our perspective on.
And hopefully this makes good sense.
Yeah. We hope this makes